Welcome to Transfer Pricing, Problem 9. Let's see the problem statement. A large company is organized into several manufacturing divisions. The policy of the company is to allow the divisional managers to choose their sources of supply and when buying from or selling to sister divisions to negotiate the prices just as they will for outside purchase or sales. Division X buys all its requirements for its main raw material R from Division Y. Observe here, Division X buys all its requirements of raw material R from Division Y. So Division Y is nothing but the selling division and Division X is nothing but the buying division. So Division Y is selling the goods to Division X, that is which product, that is the raw material called as R. The full manufacturing cost of R for Division Y is rupees 88 per kg at normal volume. Till recently, Division Y was willing to supply R to Division X at a transfer price of rupees 80 per kg. So till now, Division Y was supplying the raw material at rupees 80 per kg to Division X. Well, the incremental cost of R, observe here, the incremental cost is nothing but the variable cost. So the incremental or variable cost of R for Division Y is rupees 76 per kg. Since Division Y is now operating at its full capacity, it is unable to meet the outsiders customers' demand for R at its market price of rupees 100 per kg. Observe here, it is actually selling in the market for rupees 100 per kg. So what Division Y is telling us? Division Y therefore threatened to cut off supplies to Division X unless the latter agrees to pay the market price for R. Well, Division Y is able to get rupees 100 per kg in the outside market. Whereas at the present situation, Division X is paying only 80 per kg. So what Division Y is saying is, so it is threatening that it will cut off this supply. So it will not supply to Division X if it is not ready to pay as per the market price. Well, let's see the next. Division X is, let's see the fourth para, that is Division X is resisting the pressure because its budget based on the consumption of 1 lakh kg per month at a price of rupees 80 per kg is expected to yield a profit of 25 lakh per month. And so a price increase to rupees 100 per kg will bring the Division X close to break-even point. We can observe here at a present scenario. The present scenario is the Division X is paying 80 per kg. Well, in this scenario, it's yielding a profit of 25 lakh per month. What is the total units? That is 1 lakh kg per month. Total consumption is 1 lakh kg per month. At the present scenario, Division X is able to make a profit of 25 lakh per month. But if the price is increased to 100 kg, then it will not get any profit. It will be almost close to break even point. Well, let's see next. Division X has even found an outside source for a substitute material at a price of rupees 95 per kg. That is, Division X has found some outside substitute material which is not exactly like R, but it can fetch the purpose. But that material is available for rupees 95 per kg in the market. So it has another option to buy in the market instead of buying from Division Y. Although the substitute material is slightly different from R, it would meet the needs of Division X. Alternatively, Division X is prepared to pay Division Y even the manufacturing cost of 88 per kg. Right. Here, the scenario of the discussion is first as we understood. Observe here. At the present scenario, at the present scenario, Division X is paying how much? 80 per kg, rupees 80 per kg, and it is yielding a profit of 25 lakh per month. And what is the consumption rate is 1 lakh per kg. Okay. What Division Y is saying is to increase the price by 200, but right now it is asking for 88. That is, as you can observe in the last line, division Y, that is division X is prepared to pay division Y even the manufacturing cost of rupees 88 per kg. So first in the present scenario it is paying 80, but it is ready to pay how much? 88 per kg. The next one is in the market it is available for 95 per kg. The raw material, slightly looking like raw material R, it is available in the market for division X. So it is available at a price of rupees 95 per kg. The other one is, so division Y is able to get the market price of rupees 100 per kg. 100 per kg. As you can observe, we have four transfer prices, that is 80, 88, 95 and 100. So let's see what we have to make. Observe the question. Using each of the transfer price, as I told you, 80, 88, 95, 100. 80, 85, 95, 100. Show the supporting calculation. We have to just calculate the profit and we need to show which is more, which is profitable for each division. Okay. So how it is impacting the manager of division X, manager of division Y and to the whole company. We should also write the comment on the effect of each transfer price on the performance of managers of division X and division Y. We have to write the comment for each transfer price and how it is impacting on division X and division Y manager performance. Well, the third one is what we need to find out is if you were to make a decision in the matter without regard to the views of the individual divisional managers, where should individual X obtain its material from and at what price? Okay, in the sense, if you don't want to consider the performance of divisional X and divisional Y manager, we have to give a statement of profitability, a decision for the company, like what division X should do and what division Y should do so that the entire company would get a good profit. So three things we have to do. We have to calculate the profit if transfer price is set for 80, transfer price is set for 88, transfer price is set for 95 and transfer price is set for 100. After calculating the profit, we should give the comment for each of these transfer prices based on the manager's performance. Then third thing, we have to finally give a conclusion kind at what situation or what decision that division X and division Y should take so that the entire company will result in the profit. So let's see the solution now. As I told you, the first thing what we have to do is we have to calculate the divisional profit at each transfer price. So the first one is at the transfer price of rupees 80 per unit. Okay. So let's calculate what is the profit for division X and division Y as well as the whole profit for the company. So as you can observe in the left hand side of the question, so for the division A, that is if the price is rupees 80 per unit, you can observe in the question the left hand side, the profit which division X earns is 25 lakh per month. At the current scenario, it is earning 25 lakh per month. That is what we have written here. Then division Y. So since it is selling at rupees 80, how much goods it's selling? So as you can observe again in the question in the left hand side, the consumption is 1 lakh per kg. So 1 lakh at the current scenario, what is the price? 80. It is selling to whom? Division Y is selling to division X. So it is selling at rupees 80. So you got this much. The variable cost you need to deduct. Sales minus variable cost is what we get a profit. So the variable cost again you can observe in the left hand side in the question. That is 76. That is incremental cost, as I told you, is nothing but the variable cost. So of division Y is rupees 76 per kg. So that's what we have taken here. Okay. So just sales minus variable cost, you got a profit. The total profit of the company is 29 lakh. So let's see for the next one. If the transfer price is set for rupees 88 per kg, 88 per kg, that is division X, budgeted profit as I told you, at the current scenario it is 85 lakh, but a current scenario in the sense if the price is rupees 80 but the transfer price is now it is increased to 88. So additional cost is 8 rupees is increased for 1 lakh units. So 8 rupees is increased, that's why. So it's an additional cost from the profit. If you deduct this cost, you get a profit, actual profit. Then for division Y, so division Y is selling the goods to division X. Now if it is selling at rupees 88, the sales is this much. If you deduct the variable cost, you get the profit. Add the profit of both X and Y. Let me repeat you once again. As we know, division Y is selling to division X. So as you know, with the division Y, it is selling at rupees how much? 88. Why it is 88? As in the given scenario, we have to calculate for the transfer price of rupees 88. So it is selling for rupees 88 minus its variable cost. This is the profit which it got, that is division Y got. Well, it is selling to division X. The current scenario, the budgeted profit is 25 lakh rupees. So current scenario means the price will be 80. But now the price is increased for how much? It is increased for 88. So additional cost 8 per product is increased. 8 per product is increased. So that's why 8 into 1 lakh, the 8 lakh rupees is the additional cost. So if you deduct the additional cost from the profit, you get the actual profit. Well, let's apply the same thing for rupees 95. As I again told you, with the division X, budgeted profit remains same. Now the cost is increased to 15 rupees, 80. That is, actual one was 80. Now it is increased to 95. What is the difference? Difference is 15 rupees. Okay. So additional cost. So if you deduct, you get a, sorry. So if you deduct, you get a actual profit. This is the actual profit. Well, for division Y, it is selling for rupees 95. It's selling for rupees 95 to division X, and minus variable cost remains same, that is for 76 rupees. So division Y profit is this much. If you add total, well, the company's profit in all the scenarios remains the same, but we are focusing on the performance of each division at different transfer prices. Let's see with the last one. At a transfer price of rupees 100 per unit, budgeted profit remains the same, 25 lakh. Now from 80, it has increased to 100. So the difference is 20. So additional cost for division X is 20 per product. So profit minus cost, this is the actual profit for divisional X. Then the division Y, it is selling for rupees 100. So sales minus variable cost. So the profit will be of 2 lakh, 24 lakh. So you can add both, the company's profit remains the same. But if you can observe, the division X and division Y profit, in division X and division Y profit, there is a change, but the overall company's profit remains the same. So based on all these things, let us give a comment in the next. So let's see the comment. If the price, that is a transfer price, is set for 80, it gives a good incentive to manager X. As we can observe, let me just go through with the solution once again. As you can observe in the current scenario, so the division X is making 25 lakh profit, whereas division Y is making only 4 lakh profit. So obviously manager X will get a good incentive than manager Y. Manager Y will not get a good incentive because the profit level is very low in case of division Y. If you can observe the same thing for rupees 88, what is happening, the profit of division X? So profit of division X is little lesser, whereas division Y, it is little higher. Okay. Then as in case of 95, the division X profit still got down, division Y profit is increasing. The same way, division, if the price is set for 100, then the division X profit is very low, whereas division Y, it is increased. So let's see with the comment. As I told you, transfer price of rupees 80 gives good incentive for division manager X, but it discourages the incentive for division Y because he can sell outside at rupees 100. He, as is given in the question, he can actually sell at rupees 100, but he is selling at rupees 80. That's why his profit is less. So his performance rating would be less. The next one is, if the transfer price is set for rupees 88, it reduces the profit of division X. but it boosts the performance of division Y in comparison with the existing environment or existing arrangement. Well, the transfer price, if it is set for rupees 95, it further reduces, as I already told you, it further reduces the profit of division X, whereas correspondingly it improves the profit of division Y, but the company's profit, there is no increase nor decrease. Well, the last scenario, if the price is set for rupees 100, it puts manager X division to very disadvantageous position because he is able to get the material from outside source at rupees 95. Observe the question in the left hand side, please. So here you can observe in the last thing, that is here. Well, Division X has even found an outside source, a substitute material at a price of rupees 95. He is getting the same kind of substitute material, that is related to product R, in the outside market for rupees 95. Whereas if he is buying from Division Y by paying rupees 100, then definitely it is very disadvantageous for manager X because he has to face some loss. Therefore, at this price, profit of division X are unnecessarily decreased by rupees 5 lakh, that is 100 minus 95. So it would be a loss for division X. On the other way, division Y can get rupees 100 from outside market. The price means loss of company's profit by 5 lakh. Okay, so division Y there would be no problem, but for division X, so it would be a loss of rupees 5 per product. So this is a comment. As you can cut short and say, well, initially there was a good profit for division X, but if the price is being increased, there is reduction in the profit for division X, whereas there is an increase in the profit for division Y. So as the incentive. So incentive will be good for manager X initially, but if the price is set for rupees 100, then incentive for division Y is good, but the manager X incentive will be very low. Let's see the third one, the last question. Regardless of the views of the individual managers, the position may be under, that is division Y may sell entire quality of R at the market price of rupees 100 to outsiders. As we know, in the outside market, division Y is able to sell the product R at rupees 100. And we also know division X can get a substitute material at rupees 95, which is given in the question, at rupees 95. So let's see the statement of profitability. Well, division X, the budgeted profit as we know, 25 lakh minus additional cost. As I told you, if divisional X is buying from the outside market, a kind of substitute market, it is able to get at rupees 95. So from 80 it is increased to 95, that is 15 is the increase. So the actual profit, that is profit minus additional cost, so 10 lakh is the actual profit. Then division Y, it's selling into the outside market at rupees 800 minus its variable cost, this much is the profit. So we can say that the company's profit would result by 34 lakh. That is, compared to the previous scenarios, it is better for division X to buy the product R, a substitute product of R from the outside market, and division Y to sell the product R to the outside market so that the company's overall profit will be increased. That's all. Thank you.